Well, a very, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to the finals of the Round 6 SMRC Esports Racing Summer Championship. And a little delayed because obviously we had to let you all enjoy that wonderful BTCC goodness that's just finished. If you've not been watching it or you've got it on catch up, then we won't be saying anything about it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. It's been a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We've had some glorious sunshine here in the UK, so wherever you are, hope you've had a brilliant one. We're just moments away from getting the PlayStation 4 underway. And Aiden, just keep your spoilers, buddy. Keep your spoilers. I saw it, but yeah, just in case anybody hasn't. We are waiting for Mr. Alan Gordon, who has been sent several invites and hasn't accepted them. We'll just do a very, very quick roll call, and I think we've got, at the moment we're waiting on Alan and Chris Drummond. Alan Gordon, Chris Drummond are the only two that we are waiting on just now. We'll send the final invites out just now, and that is us. We will get qualifying underway. So it's going to be two 10-minute races tonight, and then once we've done the 10-minute races, we'll move on to the Xbox. Now, something that is slightly different tonight. No Tom Davis. Tom isn't with me. Yeah, not the best. He has just made a move up to St Andrews. I think he's moved into new accommodation ahead of the term time in uni and all that sort of good stuff. So congratulations, Tom. Hope the flat warming's going very well. And where's my invite? You know, but he will be back here next week. Meanwhile, COTA is on the agenda. So let's see if we can have a little look round the circuit here at COTA. So this is the track guide that I recorded myself, and the wonderful thing about the Circuit of the Americas, as I was discussing midweek with Andy Alston, it's really an homage, it's really a mishmash of several different world circuits that have formed the inspiration for the Circuit of the Americas here in Texas. But this wonderful turns 3, 4 and 5, the fast flowing left, right, left, very, very difficult to get right in the little Ginettas, and so very easy to get wrong. The inertia that you feel in these cars is far more than you imagine. It's down to a very, very tight left-hander here, and you want to take off more speed than you would think. Early on the accelerator, and I get a really poor run out of that corner. It's a nice looping right-hander, almost like a double right-hander here. The car sweeps in, and then you're on the home stretch. It's again a sweeping left-hander here, doubles back in on itself. Really important to get a good run out of here, and this is where we're going to see all of the drama happening tonight. I think this final section here, the double right-hander, and then into the double left-hander here, because that's where the track starts to double back on itself and comes towards the start-finish line. So just one more corner to go, and this is where you're going to see the all or nothing moves. And there we go, it's straight on the accelerator and up towards the start finish line. And across the line. So there we go. So who we have got tonight in our heat, this is what it's going to look like tonight. We have got Thomas Comer, aka Togamoko, Ryan Smith, Kenneth Brewster, Darrell Adams, Kevin Barry, Andrew McIlvride, Alan Gordon, Kieran Preedy, Chris Drummond and Stuart Anderson. Now we do not have Chris Drummond in just now, and we don't have Andrew McIlvride, Alan Gordon in there as well. So they've got the invites. So guys, if you are wanting to take part tonight, take your invite and you will get through. But that is only valid, I believe, until around about 3 minutes into the session. Let's get some track action going. And we'll switch back to our original capture method. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear this just the same way that I have been, because it's what we've been using every other time. And let me know in the chat, guys, if you can hear the engine noises loud and clear. If not, we'll switch it back. But gives me a little bit of peace and quiet just now. 7.5 minutes left to go in our first qualifying session, and we will see who is going to come through. We also do not have Annie Butterworth, who did qualify for tonight, and we also do not have Finlay Brunton. Finlay Brunton messaged us, and so did Annie, saying that they would not be coming down tonight. So we'll turn the engines down just a little bit more. As I say, let me know, guys, if you can still hear the engine notes nice and loud and clear. In fact, I can go and check that myself just now. So that'll be a no then, yes. I just saw that, Peter Robertson. Thank you very much for pointing that out. No engine noise, right? So never mind, we'll go back to our alternative method and make sure you can hear those lovely, lovely roaring engines just like that. There we go, in the background there. So we're on board then with Andrew McIlwright. And now look at that, the times already, 143, 143, 143, 143, 144. So the times are looking very, very good indeed. Thomas Comer, your current pole sitter at the moment, 143.318, going very, very wide there in that car, looking all sorts of all over the place, but managed to keep it together. So the current fastest time at the moment, 143.318. We've got 4 cars within 0.6 of a second. So it's Thomas Comer, we've got Daniel Adams, then it is Kenny Brewster and Ryan Smith. That is your top 4 for just now, with Kieran Preedy, who's got a lot of support I can see in chat. Who's that that's giving him a big up just now? Mark Abraham. Hashtag need for Preed. I'm loving it. You know you've made it when you've got a YouTube fan club, telling you. Or, in my case, a Facebook fan club. Loving it. Stuart Anderson down in 6th place at the moment, 144.797. And then it is Kevin Barry, 145.054. Andrew McIlwright, 147.255. So he's a fair bit off of the pace right now. It'll be interesting to see how that one develops as it goes through the night. Remember, 2 races with the same driver, so the same 8 will come back into the next race. But let's have a little look just now at your leaderboard for the PlayStation 4, because it is now starting to get quite close to the end of the season. This is when the points start to count here. So here we go. Kenny Brewster currently on top of the championship, 157 points from Ryan Smith and Darrell Adams, with Andrew McIlwright in 4th place. And then Stephen Clark not with us in the finals here. Oliver Stewart in 6th place, and Finlay Brunton. Now the funny thing about that is that is copied and pasted from the entry list, so if it's like that, that's because that's the way he spelled it. So we'll very quickly sort that out for him. We can't have Finlay Brunton winning the championship now, can we? Back to the point at hand though, still 143.3, but this time it's Kenny Brewster to the top of the timing screens there. He is your championship leader, and he has gone fastest in pole position by just 8 let's see, that's 8/1000 of a second that he is ahead of Thomas Comer by, and Darrell Adams in 3rd place at the moment, 143.394 as well. So very, very close at the top, just 8/10 splitting 3 drivers, and that is almost unheard of right now. Andy Sedgley in chat saying good luck to Kevin Bunyip. He also has his fan club. Of course, we've got to say a very good evening to Mr. Bunyip, and a very good evening to Andy Sedgley as well, one of the regulars of the championship here. 2 minutes 29 left in qualifying. That looks to be Kenny Brewster has done and dusted with his qualifying. Thomas Comer though, does he have anything to answer for? And just as I say that, I didn't actually notice that Kenny Brewster went even faster that last time round there, 142.985. So that is an absurdly fast lap there from Kenny Brewster. I cannot see that getting beat. That is an incredibly fast lap. Oh, and here comes trouble. Cormac Patterson has joined us. He's graced us with his presence, ladies and gentlemen, with just just 1 minute 20 seconds left to go in qualifying. Surely this is it for Thomas Comer. He's coming up to his last lap now. Doesn't improve on that last time there. And John Preedy giving the love for Kieran Preedy as well. So Kieran at the moment down in 5th place, a 1.5 seconds off of your current pole sitter. But again, it all comes down to the racing tonight. Well, maybe not for Thomas Comer then. Darrell Adams is in the pit lane as well. The only people left on track are Ryan Smith, Kieran Preedy, Stuart Anderson and Andrew McIlvride. Really surprised at Andrew McIlvride there, 147.255. Cormac, no, I just mentioned that earlier on. Tom Davis is not able to join us tonight. He's not got any internet because he's just moved house in St Andrews, so it is just myself. So you're spoiled for choice tonight. You've got me all to yourself, Cormac. I know that is something that you've been looking forward to all season. And what can I say, buddy? You've got it happening tonight. Back to the matter at hand, though. Kenny Brewster, 142.985, takes pole position from Thomas Comer, 143.209. Darrell Adams in 3rd place. Ryan Smith, one of the few cars left on track at the moment, 143.996. But I'll be honest, I cannot see him improving too much on this lap. We'll find out in just a second because he's only 4 corners away from finishing this lap off, and indeed that looks like he might have exceeded track limits, but it's on the run to the finish line now for Ryan Smith. And what does he do as he goes across the line? He does improve very slightly, 143.937, but it's not enough to take any extra places. But Stuart Anderson behind does improve. Stuart Anderson went up into P5 there. So there you go, confirmation. Andrew McIlvride in pole position, Kenny Brewster in 2nd, Thomas Comer in 3rd place, Darrell Adams in 4th, Ryan Smith jumps up into 5th place, Stuart Anderson in 6th, and Kieran Preedy gets pushed all the way down to 7th place. So a bit of a disaster for qualifying for Kieran Preedy, and then it is Kevin Barry all the way down in 8th place at the back of the grid. It is going to be a manic run up to turn 1 for our first race this evening. COTA, Circuit of the Americas, in the heart of Texas. 10-minute race. Here we go, the lights come on. Away we go, and it's a great start, or it looks to be a great start for Andrew McIlvride. Now, actually, hang on, wait. I've just had a... You know when you have that brief moment where you just completely forget about everything? How has Andrew McIlvray jumped into the pole position and jumped into the lead? So he's obviously jumped the start, surely. We'll have to double check that. But Thomas Comer in second place, and then in third place is Kenny Brewster. Oh, there's contact going into the chicane there, and it's side-by-side door banging going on between Thomas Comer and Andrew McIlvray. Silly, silly stuff. They want to try and keep it on to the tarmac for just now. More contact again, and this time that's where Ryan Smith, your new race leader, Kenny Brewster, your championship leader, back into the leads. And it's all kicking off behind them, because you see Andrew McIlvray still in a battle there with Stuart Anderson and Thomas Comer. And this is getting really, really ugly really, really quickly. Wow, you hate to see it. Back with your race leader though, Kenny Brewster, storming away right now. He's taking Darrell Adams with him, and that means that Thomas Comer is still on the back of Andrew McIlvray here. Andrew McIlvray really struggling around the outside of that corner there, and Thomas Comer just sticks it up the inside there. Just doesn't get a good run out of the corner there though, so that just doesn't make sense whatsoever. Lap 1 of a very, very unusual final here for the Circuit of the Americas, round 6 of the SMRC eSports Racing Championship. It is Kenny Brewster from Darrell Adams, and then Andy is in 4th place, Andrew McIlvray. Thomas Comer just fires it up the inside though, finally manages to make the play stick, and he will be very, very happy with that one. One man not so happy is going to be Andrew McIlvray, because he's got Ryan Smith right behind him, pressuring him, and another man under pressure is Kenny Brewster. So it's so difficult trying to keep up with all the different action going on track right now, but we'll do our best with 7.5 minutes left to go. Kenny Brewster really needed this. He came into this round 157 points to the good, and I've got to be honest with you, with Ryan Smith being down in 5th place, I think this does hand one hand to Kenny Brewster for the championship now, because it's almost an unassailable lead with just the couple of rounds left to go in this championship. But he's under real intense pressure from Darrell Adams now. Meanwhile, Andrew McIlvray has dropped Ryan Smith, as we see Kenny Brewster going a little bit wide, and up the inside goes Darrell Adams. So Darrell Adams is your new race leader right now. What a move. Fantastic stuff there as we start lap number 3. So it's Darrell Adams from Kenny Brewster and Thomas Comer around the outside. And remember, we've just got 2 more rounds to go after this, so this could very well be. We'll work out the points once I've got a chance to have a look at this. In fact, let's have a look here. 25 points for a race win. I think that does it. I mean, we've got, what's that, 125 points left to go. So it's not beyond mathematically possible. But it sure as heck is very, very difficult, and needs a massively bad run from Kenny Brewster. Darrell Adams just throws another spanner in the works, because as it stands, this is going to move Darrell Adams up ahead of Ryan Smith in the championship. Oh, and look at this. Kenny Brewster under pressure now from not only Thomas Comer, but look at that, Andrew McIlvray as well. So Thomas Comer takes advantage of Kenny Brewster, and so does Andrew McIlvray. This is bizarre stuff. Kenny Brewster just doesn't have the pace right now to hold on. Well, I never saw that one coming. Meanwhile, Darrell Adams up at the front. He's now getting caught up by Thomas Comer here, coming around the corner with just 5 minutes left to go, so we are past the halfway point in this first race, and this is awesome stuff. We see Kenny Brewster jumping back up into third place, but he's got a time penalty now as well. He is really struggling with that car. Let's see what he's got. 2 seconds of time penalties for Kenny Brewster. Absolute disaster for him tonight. That's a fantastic point there. Cameron Evans on the chat saying tyre temps might be too high. I think you might be absolutely spot on with that one. It's a very demanding circuit, and we see a lot of cars sliding around, just taking too much heat, too much time and too much power into these corners, and the back end of these Ginettas just slides all over the place. So again, with the fact that we're starting later tonight, we'll just be going straight into race number 2 for these guys. So after this race is finished, they'll be staying in the lobby, and we will get the next race back on track with just 3.5 minutes left to go. And Daryl Adams looking very comfortable up in front, but one man who's going to be doing his best to chase him down, Thomas Comer. We haven't really had a chance to look at him through tonight, but let's have a look on board with Thomas Comer there. And just listening to how much they're thrashing these little Ginetta engines. Fantastic stuff. Thomas O'Connor, no, that is the whole point. We've got 2 separate setups you can take with the cars. It's stable and loose setups, so everything else is locked down apart from fuel usage, but even then there's no fuel or anything like that, or damage onto the events. Look at this though, there goes Thomas Comer eyeing up his prey. Slightly obstructed on the exit of the corner there, but as we go into lap 5, as we see Thomas Comer having a look up the inside there of Daryl Adams, thinks better of it. Oh, and a wonderful move from Thomas Comer, side by side, and takes the lead from Daryl Adams. Oh, there's contact again! You hate to see it happen, but Daryl Adams jumps back into the lead. A very forceful move there. They're side by side again. There's contact again, and there goes Thomas Comer into the side of Daryl Adams, and the pair of them have lost it. The pair of them have lost out on that one. Daryl Adams goes into second place, and would you believe it, Kenny Brewster, the man himself, jumps back up into the race lead here. But it doesn't count because he's got that 2 seconds of a time penalty, so this is going to put him off the podium. Daryl Adams then jumps into the lead, and I'm wondering if Kenny got into a slowdown penalty. Oh, and up the inside again. Oh, huge contact from Thomas Comer there. And that is a wild move at best there to throw it up the inside. Side by side again with, let's see, that's Ryan Smith now up into second place. Oh, and Ryan Smith off into the wall as hard as you can possibly imagine. And that is his race. Going to be done and dusted. He tries to recover. But here we go, back with your race leader, Daryl Adams. He's not wanting any part of this, to be honest. Thomas Comer in second place, and if he doesn't end up with any penalties tonight, yeah, I think he's going to be a very lucky boy. Kenny Brewster into third place with that championship to think about, and Stuart Anderson from nowhere into fourth place, and that means that Cian Preedy, out of all of this, somehow could very well end up in fourth place here. Bizarre scenes here. So here we go. This is your championship leader fighting off Stuart Anderson around the outside. Stuart Anderson's going to try and get the cut back. And does he do it? He goes to the inside. But it doesn't matter because onto the final turn comes your race leader. And out he comes. It's a race win for Darrell Adams. That is a huge upset for the championship. Second place for Thomas Comer. Third place is going to be, I believe that's going to be Stuart Anderson. It is. Stuart Anderson comes across the line for third place. In fourth place is going to be Kenny Brewster. Fifth place is going to be Kieran Preedy. Sixth place is going to be Ryan Smith. Seventh place for Kevin Barry. And then Andrew McIlvride all the way at the back of the field there. Just absolute heart and mouth moment. Wow, wow, wow. I kind of don't want to see the chat after this one. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Great win there for Darrell Adams. That puts him now ahead of Ryan Smith. So Darrell Adams jumps into second place with that race win. And that puts Kenny Brewster. I'll have to figure out what points Kenny Brewster gets. 14 for him. So let's have a look here. That puts Kenny Brewster on 171 points. So yeah, wow, this is just, my brain is pickled with all of the different workings out. We'll take a very, very short break. When we come back, we'll be back with race number 2.
silence. Bring me back to life.
So, a very warm welcome back. I've been frantically having a look at the old spreadsheet and trying to do some calculations, and this is what I've worked out so far. Forgive me, I've not been able to make it in a graphic just yet, but my reckoning then, Kenny Brewster is currently in the lead of the championship on 169 points. Daryl Adams taking the win in that last race there gives him 25 points, and that means that he now has 125 points, I want to say. Let me just double check. Yes, he will have 125 points, so that now moves him into second place. Also into third place is Ryan Smith. So Ryan Smith was in second, now down into third place there. And then Andrew McIlvride having that absolute disaster, only gaining a handful of points off of that last round there. So he now slips even further back. But Daryl Adams now is your main championship rival to Kenny Brewster. That gap now is just 44 points after Kenny Brewster had a very, very disappointing round there. So all to play for, another 25 points plus on offer tonight, and then we've got 3 races after this one, 2 rounds, 3 races, all culminating in Bathurst, which can't imagine it's going to be a very high scoring round. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, good to see you all joining us tonight. Again, we're straight into the action here. We're about 2 minutes away from a 10-minute race. So Xbox drivers, you will be about 5 minutes, maybe a couple of minutes after 7 o'clock when your invites start coming out. So just keep an eye on that and you will get there. However, let's take a minute to have a look at these qualifying times because they are absurd. Right, Andrew McIlvride up there, 142.586. That is just stonkingly fast. Thomas Comer though, 143.012. Kenny Brewster, 143.236. Daryl Adams, 143.519. Stuart Anderson, 143.560. Kieran Preedy, 143.575. Ryan Smith, 143.585. I mean, what on earth? You've got 7 drivers within 1 second, and then you've got 4 of those drivers from 4th to 7th place separated by 6/100ths of a second. This is just, if this is not the closest weekends of racing, I don't know what is. I'm just praying that the next race is much tidier than the first one. So we've got just 10 seconds left to go in the qualifying session. Thomas Comer still trying his best to outdo that qualifying time of Andrew McIlvride, that 142.586. But my goodness me, that is a very, very tall order indeed. Yeah, the comms has disappeared because I was a little bit excited and may have hit the mute button by accident. Sorry, guys. You've not missed much on the first lap, apart from all hell breaking loose. Andrew McIlvride was in the lead, has now gone all the way back down to the back of the field there. And it's now Stuart Anderson fighting it out with Thomas Comer. Darrell Adams still up there as well. And also means that Kenny Brewster is down in 5th place. So Kenny Brewster's lead in the championship is being dwindled away before his very eyes. Let's go on board with the back of this 3-car train right now then, with Darrell Adams. Of course, Darrell Adams, your race 1 winner, tries to take an early line out of the left-hander there. Side by side, we're going to have to go and have a look at them again. Oh, beautiful move from Darrell Adams up the inside there. Wonderful, wonderful stuff, and that puts him into 2nd place there. Your race winner from race number 1. Thomas Comer's going to try and get the cut back there, but it's never going to work. That's a great move and done very, very well by Darrell Adams. It's now on to Stuart Anderson. That is going to be the next target for Darrell Adams. Oh, and Thomas Comer has a little look there. There's a nudge and there's contact, and that is going to be surely seen as a push to pass. But Thomas Comer backs out of it, and he's going to have to watch out because Ryan Smith now behind that group as well. And look at that, Kenny Brewster with another time penalty. So that is going to impact him even more. Just 1 second this time round, but it is another time penalty for Thomas Comer there. So Stuart Anderson managing to streak away off over a second ahead of this battle for 2nd place here. Darrell Adams desperately trying to hold on to Thomas Comer behind him. Five and a half minutes left to go. We're almost at the halfway stage here in this 2nd PlayStation final. And it's almost 3 wide as they're going into the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th place. And I think that means that Kenny Brewster has jumped up into 3rd place. But he's got a time penalty and so does Thomas Comer. That releases Darrell Adams up to chase down your race leader. Oh, huge contact there. Massive crash into the back of Kenny Brewster there from Thomas Comer. And wow, you hate to see it. But it's so difficult to see why that sort of behaviour is happening so often from Thomas Comer. He's got a time penalty as well, and there's going to be contact as they go into turn 1 here. And there is, and surely you saw that one coming. Very, very silly goings on from the pair of them there. Yeah, that's real frustration there from Thomas Comer and Kenny Brewster. And that is just disaster for the championship leader, because now that means that Stuart Anderson takes the race lead, but that also means that Darrell Adams chips into that race lead, that championship lead that Kenny Brewster has fought so hard to get. And remember, both of them have got penalties as well. Again, just 1 second, but you've got the feeling that it's not going to be over. Difficult to take your eyes off this. Meanwhile, have a look at Darrell Adams. He's now bringing that gap back down. And we've got a cracking race as well between Ryan Smith and Andrew McIlvright. Andrew McIlvright was your pole sitter, had the pace, but just wasn't able to make it stick through the race here. Back with your leader though, Stuart Anderson, under all sorts of pressure on the run up to turn 1 then from Darrell Adams. Oh, Darrell Adams fires up the inside, takes the... Oh no! He's been wiped out from Stuart Anderson, and that is absolutely shocking. Darrell Adams had that move done, and Stuart Anderson just absolutely quarter panelled him into oblivion. And yeah, that effect of Kenny Brewster's championship now is completely negated. And Stuart Anderson, well, that is, yeah, I can see some harsh words being had with race control after this race is done. 1 minute 56 left to go in the race. Behind is a brilliant little scrap though going on between Ryan Smith and Andrew McIlvright, and almost everybody else has got a time penalty. Let's have another look at the time penalties. 2 seconds now for Darrell Adams, a second for Kenny Brewster. Thomas Comer gets a second time penalty. Kieran Preedy doesn't. Chris Drummond has 3 seconds, and 2 seconds for Kevin Barry as well. And this isn't over by any stretch of the imagination. Ryan Smith and Andrew McIlvright side by side on the run up to turn 1 again. They're a little bit too close for comfort. There's almost contact, and that's Darrell Adams in the background. He's wanting desperately to try and get a podium. So much faster on that first turn. He can just go right round the outside, and indeed he does, around the outside of Ryan Smith. What a move from Darrell Adams. That is just stunning move there. That gets him onto the podium, sort of, because he's got a 2 second penalty, so he needs to do all of the work to get a little bit of a gap there. I don't think it's going to be enough. I genuinely don't think it's going to be enough, but he's right behind Andrew McIlvright right now. Thomas O'Connor thinks that they should all be getting their PS4s taken off them. Yes, absolutely, and sent to the naughty corner for a week after that. So Thomas Comer into 6th place, and he is in the middle of no man's land right now. Andrew McIlvright must be absolutely sweating buckets right now. Stuart Anderson, however, 2 seconds in the lead. He's really, really happy. But surely it's now all going to be about Darrell Adams trying to take that 2nd place. But it's not going to matter because he'll take it on the road. But he's going to get put down, I believe, to... well, he might just get put down to 3rd place. Oh, there's contact! As Andrew McIlvright tries to just turn into Darrell Adams, it's a melee over the line. Stuart Anderson goes across to win race number 2 of the evening, and it's going to be 2nd place for Andrew McIlvright. 3rd place is going to be Ryan Smith. 4th place for Darrell Adams. 5th place is going to be Kenny Brewster. Thomas Comer in 6th place there. Wow. I need to calm down after that one. That was... yeah. Now, here's my problem. We spent the first 4 weeks of this championship taking the absolute Michael out of the Xbox drivers, and yeah, that was a night to forget for the PlayStation drivers. We'll save that replay and we'll take a very short break. We're going to jump back out and bring you live coverage of the Xbox finals.
you wanted me. Maybe I was wrong, even once wasn't anything. So if we had another chance, I would never let you steal my glance. Bring me back to life. Don't dig deep like you would have a clue. All I see is how I was a fool to save my heart. Skip beats, thinking about you. I could say that you didn't need what you wanted me. Maybe I was wrong, even once wasn't anything. Yeah, I could say that you didn't need any part of me. Yeah, maybe it's not me, you should be the one on your knees. So if we had another chance, I would never let you steal my glance. Bring me If we had another chance, I would never let you steal my glance. Bring me back to life. If we had another chance, I would never let you steal my glance. Bring me back to life.
So, a very, very warm welcome back then. Our first half of the evening is done, is dusted. The PS4s have given us an incredibly low bar to beat. There was some frustration, some anger, and some difficult driving because these Genettas really, really do eat up the tyres here at COTA. On the way next then, we have got the Xbox. That is what we've got coming up next, and on the track you are going to see the following people: Josh McNabb, Angus Scrivener, Andrew McKinley, James Black, John Glover, Andrew Gilman, Tony Logie, Cameron Evans and Bryn Hawkins. Now, as of the time of saying this, there is no Tony Logie in the final at the moment. An invite has been sent out twice to him, so if he accepts it, he can join in. But again, it doesn't look like he's here just now. So we've got 8 cars out of a 9-car final. I'm happy enough with that. Let's jump over and have a look live on track then. So we've done the PlayStation. Let's see who we have got on at the moment. Of course, the big talk is the championship. That's what we're coming down to. We've got 3 rounds left, which means that there's 5 races left to go in the championship. That means a total of 125 points, or a maximum of 125 points that can be taken from the next 5 races. And one man that's going to have to do that is Cameron Evans, because he, at the moment, he is 67 points behind Tony Logie. So it's doable. It's certainly not, you're not straying into that whole, oh, it's mathematically possible, but he's still in with a good chance. And given that there's no Tony Logie so far tonight, Cameron Evans has only got Cameron Evans to beat right now, as well as maybe the 7 other drivers on track. But any points that he does get from tonight are really, really going to help push him up the order. One man he is going to have to fight with is this man here. Let's go and see him. James Black, Black Jam 2, currently 3rd place in the championship, 100 points rather. So he is doing very, very well, still in contention, still in the mathematical realms of possibility, and he could very well do it. Again, Tony Logie being out tonight, who knows what's going to happen, because that now also throws the other mathematical possibility. In fact, actually, with 125 points, I think we go all the way down to Andrew Gilman even still has a technical chance at this. So Andrew Gilman's on 76 points at the moment, and with 125 points on offer from the final 5 rounds, who knows? Could very well be done. But one man definitely you do not want to look past is this young lad here, Josh McNabb. SDBX wins, one of the fastest drivers around here. The only problem for his season this year is that he's not able to avoid other people's accidents, and that's cost him dearly with some severe penalties early on. But he's kept his nose clean the past couple of races, and he has been mighty, mighty quick, and some really, really good wins throughout the championship. Of course, Tony Logie taking race 1 last time out, but it was Andrew McKinley taking the win in race number 2. And Josh McNabb, he took the win back in race number 2 of round 1. God, all those many, many, many weeks ago. But he is now in 4th place in the championship. So really, lots and lots. There's the championship there. Tony Logie 183, Cameron Evans in 116, 2nd place, James Black in 3rd place with 100 points, and Josh McNabb with 84 points. 5 minutes left to go. Thanks for the heads up, Scott Malcolm. I will fix that just now. There we go. There's some engine sound. So, as I said, we did have a different way that has been working up every single week up until this week. And yeah, it's just decided to give up the ghost, but we've got some extra plugs and leads in, and it's back working again. So there you go. Right, Cameron Evans has really sort of set sail to the wind then. 143.653 ahead of Josh McNabb. I keep wanting to call him Josh Wind. I don't know why. Obviously my brain is starting to malfunction at this late time of night, but Josh McNabb up in second place there. Good time there, 144.250. Notice as well that we're not seeing the flurry of pace that we were seeing in the PS4. So the PS4s were able to get down into the 143s very, very quickly, and it's the same time, it's the same time of year and track and all that sort of good stuff. But just the two drivers into, of course, now I say it, now all the drivers start to go to 143s. And Thomas O'Connor, you're absolutely spot on, buddy. Do you know what it is? Is normally I've got Tom or Andy to fill the space in so that I can go and click all the buttons. But of course, I'm too busy talking and I forget to unmute various things. I'm very tempted to go and bring the old DJ console out and use the faders on that. That would work much, much better. But we've got three drivers now into the 143s. The times are starting to come down. Andrew McKinley, 143.483. That's a bit of a wild card. He's down in 10th in the championship, but deciding to show his pace right now. Josh McNabb up into second place just now with a 143.602. And then it's Cameron Evans, this man here, your championship hunt. Your main championship rival for Tony Logie is down in third place, 143.653, and then it is John Glover, 144.303. James Black with a 144.303. 5 1,000ths of a second separating those two on the grid. Boy, oh boy, that's going to be close. Andrew Gilman in 6th place, and then it is Angus Scrivener in 7th, and then Brent Hawkins down in 8th place. Be interesting to see if any of these drivers can improve at all. As we see Josh McNabb coming out the final corner now. What can he do coming across the line just in the next second or so? He doesn't improve though, so yeah. It's all on Andrew McKinley. He comes across the line as well. He's currently on pole position. Can he improve it? No, he can't. 143.483, and this is going to be the final lap now for the remaining drivers. Cormac Patterson singing the song of his people for Andy, and I'm presuming that's Andrew Gilman, because he's told me many times when I get mixed up with Andrew McKinley and Andrew Gilman, and it's like, no, it's Andy Gilman. Yeah, there we go. And in the last bit of his typing, oh Gilman, we love you. You've got to love these cheerleaders, you really, really do. It's a tale of two different grids then, because we've got one half into the 143s and then the other half are into the 144s. Whether or not that pace continues, because remember, one thing that we've seen from PS4 is that the tyres wear off, they scrub off incredibly quickly. Cormac Patterson, I am wonderful. I'm still recovering from a fantastic little journey yesterday. Took a little trip over the west coast of Scotland. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And you missed the PlayStation race. It was. We've seen better driving standards, but it was a fantastic race for those that managed to survive it. I think that Race Control are going to be very, very busy. As a reminder, for those of you in the PlayStation race, please have a look at your email with the instructions on how to submit your protest. And guys, we keep saying that you need to save your race replays. We need to see your version of what happens in case you wish to contest anything that happens. So yeah, please save all of your race replays, and then that way we don't get any crying over spilt milk. 15 seconds left to go, and Andrew McKinley feels like he's done enough. Josh McNabb is going to have to do a bit of catch up, and of course Andrew McKinley feels like he's done enough, because he has. He's went even faster, 1:42.958. What can he do on this lap? Because that is it. Qualifying is done and dusted. The checkered flag is out. So this is the last lap coming rounds now. Cameron Evans settles it in third place. So your championship leader at the moment has got two other contenders in front of him. So that drops him down a little bit in terms of points. Josh McNabb, I wonder if it did look like he went a little bit wide there. He did go wide. It nullifies the lap, so Josh McNabb will not be doing anything. Stuart Anderson, can I give myself a penalty? I tried my best to avoid that. If he needs footage, I can send it from live stream. Can you give yourself a penalty? I appreciate the honesty, buddy. I very much appreciate the honesty, but it's yeah, it goes by penalties. Cormac Patterson, where is Tony Logie? Did he not qualify? We sent Tony Logie 2 invites. He's showing us offline, so yeah, maybe he's got something better to do. So yeah, I don't know. But your championship leader, Tony Logie, not in qualifying, so that means he'll not be taking part in race 1. There you go. Confirmation. Andrew McKinley, 1:42.958, alongside Josh McNabb on the front row of the grid. It's then going to be Cameron Evans and John Glover heading out row 2. Row 3 is going to be James Black and Andrew Gilman. And then on row 4, at the back of the grid, Bryn Hawkins with Angus Scrivener. Hold on to your hats, boys and girls, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. Deep breath, deep breath. Cars are making their way onto the grid, and there we go. What happens next is that the Xboxes all talk to each other. They agree that they're ready to go, and we are good to go here at COTA. Race number 3 of the evening gets underway, and it's a great start for your leading 3, but that's a terrible start for John Glover. Oh, there's contact behind as well. That's Andrew Gilman into the side of Bryn Hawkins, I think it is. And look at that, that's also Cameron Evans into contact there. Around the outside tries to go Josh McNabb. He gets it. And that is going to put Josh McNabb back up into second place, despite Cameron Evans trying to outbreak him and James Black into turn number 1. Your race leader, Andrew McKinley, starting to feel very comfortable up in front, but Josh McNabb looking very, very racy indeed. James Black still down there in 4th place, and Cameron Evans, your championship leader, sitting very, very comfortable and very pretty in 3rd place. He'll be wanting to take maximum points, maximum attack will Cameron Evans, but we'll see if that one happens. Still onto lap 1 as Josh McNabb runs a little wider than normal. That allows Cameron Evans to close up, and I wonder if he's now starting to get a little bit of pressure applied to him from Cameron Evans. Cameron wants to make this clean, quick and surgical as quick as he possibly can, but do not discount James Black. Just outrageous pace and outrageous talent in that car just now, and he will be making himself known very, very shortly indeed. But look at that, Andrew McKinley, 0.8 of a second, starting to stretch away that gap ahead of Josh McNabb into second place there, and Cameron Evans starting to get under all sorts of pressure from James Black as we come across the line to finish lap number 1. It's already done and in the bag. Let's have a look further back then, because it's fairly orderly on your first 4. Bryn Hawkins in 5th place there. Andrew Gilman leads off John Glover and Angus Scrivener into turn 1 there. Look at this little battle right now. I said that James Black was going to be a force to be reckoned with, and this is exactly what's happening. Oh, James Black tries to fight up the inside. Oh, he thinks better of it there. Cameron Evans just turns into that corner, and James Black did the good thing there and just back out of it. And it's enough to show that Cameron Evans, that he's there. but it means that Josh McNabb can concentrate on trying to catch up with Andrew McKinley. I don't think he's going to have the pace for it right now. We'll find out in just a second. And that's James Black again, trying to make a nuisance of himself. Just really, what is going on here? Oh my goodness me, Josh McNabb into the lead. Now that's going to have been a slow down penalty for Andrew McKinley. And James Black up the inside of Cameron Evans is going to try and take that place, but Cameron Evans has the inside line. Is there contact behind? There is a little bit of door banging, but it's still as you were. Now that is an absolute stunner. Josh McNabb up into the lead ahead of Andrew McKinley. Now Andrew's got the pace to catch this back up, I think. Was that tyres? Surely it can't have been overheating the tyres, scrubbing the tyres already. But I tell you what, Cameron Evans is going to surely apply the pressure right now to Andrew McKinley. And Josh McNabb now, the best part of a second in the lead here. So lap 2 is in the bag. We're waiting to start lap 3 here at COTA for the first race of the evening for the Xbox. 6.5 minutes left to go, and it's Josh McNabb from Andrew McKinley, from Cameron Evans, and then James Black as well in 4th place, hunting down the battle for second right now. And this is going to be great for Josh, because it's going to allow him a little bit of breathing space, and Cameron Evans really has to keep an eye on this. James Black again tries to fire it to the inside, but can't make it stick. Now the clever money would be on these two just letting that argument settle for just now and catch up to Andrew McKinley, who gets a wild run through turns 4, 5 and 6 and takes that gap down by about 0.2 of a second on Josh McNabb there for the leads. But again it closes right back up with Cormac Patterson and James Black. This is setting itself up to be an absolute cracker of a finish of the race. We're just about to the halfway stage here on race 1, as we see Cameron Evans going very wide on the exit of the corner there. That allows Andrew McKinley to escape just a little bit, and Josh McNabb now 0.8 of a second up the road. It was about 0.9. It dropped back. Anytime that Andrew McKinley can get a little bit of space, it starts coming down and down and down and down, but then he gets reeled in by Cameron Evans, and the attention span goes completely, because it then has to go to defending from Cameron Evans and James Black here. Lap 3 is in the bag, and Josh McNabb is going to go across the line as we hit halfway in the race. It's going to be Josh McNabb still from Andrew McKinley, from Cameron Evans, who is still closing. And the pace of these 4 cars is absurd. James Black is the fastest man on track right now, 1:43.5. Oh, and there's contact! There's all hell breaking loose behind. Cameron Evans jumps in 2nd place as we see Andrew McKinley just holding on there ahead of James Black, so we don't know what happened there. We saw a car facing sideways on the exit of turn 1, and that hands Cameron Evans into 2nd place. Look at that, Andrew McKinley trying very hard to hold on to it here, and he could be putting Cameron Evans under some intense pressure. James Black now falls off the back of that train by about 2 seconds. And talking of 2 seconds, that's now Josh McNabb into the lead by 2.5 seconds. 3.5 minutes left to go, and Josh McNabb is sitting very pretty right now in the lead of this race. Just 0.4 of a second separating 2nd and 3rd place. James Black getting dropped off now. That gap though is 1.3 seconds, so it is coming down very slightly, but we've only got 3 minutes left to go in the race, and that gap to the leader as well, Josh McNabb, coming down by about half a second. So Josh McNabb really struggling on that last lap round. A very good evening to Mr. Keir Riley. Good to have you on board, buddy. So Josh did a 1:44.3 that last lap round, and Cameron Evans did a 1:45, Andrew McKinley 1:46, and James Black 1:47. So it looks like James Black really lost out on that last lap round. And again, tyres go so quickly on this race. 2 laps remaining in this race. We're going to get one more after this. Yeah, that's right, Kier. Flying solo tonight. Tom Davis has just moved flat, so he has got no internet in his new abode in St Andrews. So it's just myself flying the fort tonight. And do you know what? I've just remembered how much work it is doing it all by myself. So I'm very, very grateful to have Andy Elston and Tom Davis on board, as well as Alex Goldschmidt helping out on the Thursdays. Can we please give Tony 5 minutes after the race? He's on his way home. Yes, of course, he's more than welcome to if he can get here. The invite is still valid, so we'll send him another invite, but we will be starting qualifying immediately after this race. But he will be able to, as long as it's before 3 minutes left to go in the qualifying session. The invite is still valid there, Fluffy, so not a problem with that one. Lap number 5, and we've got the penultimate lap now. Josh McNabb now just 1.5 seconds ahead of this battle for Cameron Evans and Andrew McKinley. Just needs to manage the pace. And I tell you what, this is a huge result for the championship. Big, big upset, because of course Cameron Evans is going to jump up to 136 points, and then this is going to put Josh McNabb onto 109 points. So Josh McNabb, as it stands, I believe may jump up into no, so he'll stay 4th place, because James Black behind him is going to get probably about 14 points or something like that. So it's enough to keep him in that position as well. So they've started their final lap of the first race of the evening. And it's Josh McNabb out in front, but behind there is this cracking battle developing between Cameron Evans and Andrew McKinley. The pace is absolutely relentless right now. 143.5 and 143.5 for Cameron Evans and Andrew McKinley. We'll have to keep an eye on what is happening between these two, as well as throughout the rest of the field as well. Bryn Hawkins now up to 5th place ahead of John Glover. But it's all about this man here. Josh McNabb comes out of the final turn. And it's been a fantastic performance. Race number 1 for the Xbox tonight goes to Josh McNabb. 2nd place is going to go to Cameron Evans. 3rd place is going to go to Andrew McKinley. It's going to be 4th place for James Black. 5th place for Bryn Hawkins, just ahead of John Glover. 7th place for Andrew Gilman. And then Angus Scrivener at the back of the field. What a fantastic race we've had there. Fantastic win there for Josh McNabb. And there we go, confirmation. And no penalties either. That's a fantastic, fantastic result there. We'll save the replay. We'll be back in about 5 minutes' time for your final race of the evening. Welcome back then to qualifying for race number 2, and before you worry about it, here is your lovely in-game audio. There we go. Right. How are we doing, everyone? Hope you've enjoyed the racing so far. We're just 6 minutes left to go in qualifying for the second race of the evening, so we should probably update the overlay to say that. There we go, that's much better. And that was a fantastic race we had there. So Josh McNabb taking the race win from Cameron Evans. But yeah, huge stuff there. And I think that's going to make some interesting reading for the championship, as I desperately try and find a driver who's not going into pit lane. So I'll leave you with the qualifying. I'm going to go and try and work out some points. So again, we're about to crack out the finest in Chris Packet mathematics, but I believe that means that Cameron Evans moves up to 136 points. So that is now just 47 points behind your race leader, your championship leader of Tony Logie, who may be joining us in this final tonight. Then we have got, let's see, James Black moves up with 114 points, so he gains 14 points from that last race. Josh McNabb now comes to within 5 points of James Black, so he's still in 4th place. But yeah, fantastic result after that race win, and puts Josh in a very strong position indeed. 3 minutes 50 left to go on qualifying. Currently Josh McNabb cementing his place at the top of the timing screens there from Andrew McKinley by 2 1,000ths of a second, 143.157 to Andrew McKinley's 143.159. It's then John Glover with a 143.8. James Black in does a 144.218. And where is Cameron Evans? Cameron Evans with a 158.108. So he's needing to get a move on and get a time in right now. Bryn Hawkins in 7th place with a 152.563, and then Angus Scrivener in 6th place, 147.479. And if the others can get some time in, I think he's going to find himself towards the back of the grid if he can't actually get any improvements on that. So huge time there for Josh McNabb there, 1:43.157. He's closely followed there on track as well by Andrew McKinley. So what can Cameron Evans do? He comes out the final corner here. He needs to do a decent time to get himself on the order here. Comes across the line just now, and Cameron Evans, second place in the championship, does 1:43.082. There you go. That's a way to silence the critics. Straight up into pole position with 2 minutes left to go in the qualifying session. And Andrew McKinley goes even better there, 1:42.877. So Andrew McKinley up into pole position there. So that puts Josh McNabb down into third place, John Glover down into fourth, and I think that's going to be all she wrote, because the times are now meaning that you can't get an outlap in. So if you're not already out on the track, you've missed your chance to improve right now. James Black down in 5th place as well, Andrew Gilman in 6th, Bryn Hawken in 7th, and Angus Scrivener improving very slightly, does a 1:46.680. So Josh McNabb is going to get one more bite at the cherry here, so is Cameron Evans. So we wait with bated breath, but a 1:42.877 from Andrew McKinley. That is a fantastic time. Josh McNabb into the final corner. Will he improve on this one? Slight wiggle of the tail on the exit of that final corner. But he's going to get another lap in here. 24 seconds left on the clock. And Josh McNabb doesn't improve on that time round. Cameron Evans, what can he do? Again, doesn't improve on that last lap round there. So this is going to be the last lap for all of the drivers. James Black is just going to get across the line. James Black beats John Glover across the line, 1:43.596, and he will still have another lap in if he wants to take it, and he'd be very well advised to do so because he's got the pace right now. Josh McNabb just 0.08 of a second behind Cormac Patterson. Excuse me, sorry. Cameron Evans. Cormac, I've got no idea where your name came from, buddy. Oh, who was that going very, very wide? Cameron Evans goes very wide on the exit of the corner, and that is going to be that one done and dusted. Josh McNabb coming into the final corner here. Him and James Black are going to be the only two that can possibly contest right now. On the edge there of the apron. I'd be very surprised if that didn't nullify his lap. It did nullify his lap, so it's now just down to James Black. It's currently Andrew McKinley from Cameron Evans, and then Josh McNabb. And there we go. That's all done and dusted for James Black as well, as he decides to write his car off in spectacular fashion. So there we go, that is it done and dusted. And James Black out of qualifying. So let's have a look then at your qualifying positions. We'll bring him up just now for you. Confirmation, Andrew McKinley in pole position alongside Cameron Evans, 142.877 and 143.082 for Cameron Evans. Josh McNabb with a 147.001 alongside James Black. That's row 2. And then on row 3 is John Glover with Bryn Hawkins. And then Andrew Gilman with, at the back of the grids, Angus Scrivener, 146.680, so 4 seconds behind your race leader. But there we go. That is 8 cars taking part in tonight's race. No Tony Logie, unfortunately. We have sent him multiple invites, but unfortunately he was busy tonight. Here we go then for the final race of the evening. The lights are about to come on here for COTA. Biggity, 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 boys. Let's go racing. And it's a fantastic, fantastic start from James Black, who goes all the way to the left-hand side. James Black with an absolute flyer. Surely he's jumped the start on that one. There's no way he's gone from 4th to 1st already. But he has. And James Black into the lead of the race. We'll wait to see what happens there. But it's then Andrew McKinley from Cameron Evans and then Josh McNabb into 4th place there. A monster start from from James Black. We'll wait to see whether or not he has got a drive-through penalty for that one. As we see Andrew McKinley all over the back of James Black. Oh, there's contact. Oh, the 3 cars are wiped out. Oh my goodness me, Josh McNabb handed the lead on a silver platter yet again. And James Black comes across the road. He's unstable and wiped out by the 2 cars behind him, Andrew McKinley and Cameron Evans. And that is an absolute monstrous blow to the championship hopes of Cameron Evans, and hands it again to this young man here, Josh McNabb, ahead of Angus Scrivener. Now Angus Scrivener has not had the pace right now to stay onto the tail, so goodness knows what is going to happen here. We'll keep an eye out further back, and there's contact again. That was Andrew McKinley taking out Bryn Hawkins. That's about as blatant as you can get, and it's all going to kick off here. Cameron Evans, Andrew McKinley side by side. Oh my goodness me, get the popcorn out, guys and girls, because this is going to be something very, very different indeed. Wow. I tell you what, Bryn Hawkins is not going to be happy with that one. Meanwhile, look at this. Josh McNabb already 1.7 seconds ahead of Angus Scrivener and John Glover. John Glover making a look to the outside of turn 1 there. And that means Andrew Gilman eyeing up a podium potentially as well here. He's certainly got the pace to bring it back here. But Andrew McKinley trying to escape the clutches of Cameron Evans. And what a start to the race this is. I mean, this is just monstrously huge to the outcome of the championship right now. Just to give you some backgrounds on this then, if James Black was to finish in 8th place, that would give him, let me just try and work this one out here. Yeah, so that would give him 8 points in the championship. And in fact, I think James Black has retired from the race. Oh my goodness me, James Black is well and truly out of the race. Well, RIP in chat, please. Let's see the Fs in chat for that car, because yeah, that ain't going anywhere. So that's a DNF for James Black. My goodness. Wow. So that means that Josh McNabb is into the leads. And also, I believe that now puts him, let's see. Wow, I'm trying to work this one out very, very quickly. So that puts him up to 134 points. Now, if Cameron Evans stays in 6th place, Cameron Evans gets 10 points for this. So that puts Josh McNabb within a whisker of Cameron Evans. Cameron Evans is going to be on 146 and Josh McNabb will be on 134 points. So, I mean, this is just mayhem, and that's saying that they finished the race, because look at this, 3 wide round the chicane there, and that means that Andrew Gilman is staying into 4th place, but that means that John Glover is, let's not do that, John Glover is down in 6th place, but Andrew McKinley up into 3rd. John Glover side by side with Cameron Evans, and that's going to be a position for John Glover then. So even more misery for Cameron Evans, back down into 6th place. And today is just going from bad to worse right now. Oh, there's huge contact behind. That is Andrew Gilman. And that was Angus Scrivener as well. So Cameron Evans has just gone from P5 to P3. And potentially going into P2 as well. As we see Andrew McKinley with all sorts of damage there in 2nd place. And suddenly the championship turns on its head yet again. Josh McNabb though, 7.5 seconds ahead of this battle. And wow, oh wow, Xbox going to Xbox. So Andrew McKinley is going to have to fend off Cameron Evans right now, and these two are going to get a little bit fighty. I'm going to mark my words right now. Oh, there's almost contact again as Cameron Evans looks so aggressive. Andrew McKinley into that 2nd place. 3 minutes 50 seconds left to go. James Black saying that he didn't receive any penalties, so he didn't jump the start. That is just an absurdly fantastic start. If that is the case, because we'll have a look at the replay. If that is the case, that he's just jumped from 4th to 1st, I mean, all credit where it's due. That is an amazing start. Oh, and that's John Glover off in the background there. Looked like a little wobble there. Was he helped out by Bryn Hawkins? Time will tell, but Andrew McKinley got about a second of a gap. That's now down to 0.6 of a second ahead of Cameron Evans. Cameron gaining on the car in front, but Josh McNabb, look at that, 7 seconds up in the lead there. Amazing stuff. Let's keep our eyes on this battle right now, because we've got 3 minutes left to go in the race, and they're just about to finish lap number 3. Oh, and that's a slowdown penalty for Andrew McKinley, and that hands 2nd place to Cameron Evans. Let's see how that one's going to play out, because I think Andrew McKinley had the better pace on Cameron Evans there. So it'll be very interesting to see what is going to happen here. All sorts of pressure going on right now. You can see just how early Andrew McKinley is able to get onto the power in that very, very tight left-hander. And how much more speed he's able to take through that double right. Fascinating stuff, and the pressure that's been applied to Cameron Evans is absurd right now. One and a half minutes left to go in the race, and that means that Josh McNabb is going to be starting his final lap in just 5 to 10 seconds time. He comes out the final corner here. What a drive, what a weekend for this young man. Josh McNabb goes across the line to start his last lap. Meanwhile, we're going to keep an eye behind there. Look at that, John Glover just ahead of Bryn Hawkins again. So Bryn obviously coming to some sort of issue earlier on there. The gap now between second and third place, just 0.4 of a second. Andrew McKinley looking very, very eager to take that place back from Cameron Evans. Race leader though, Josh McNabb, is in a league of his own, 6.5 seconds. He can afford to just ease off the pace a little bit. Cameron Evans will be wishing that he had the same luxury right now, because he is just half a second ahead of Andrew McKinley. Andrew McKinley looking to have made a little bit of a mistake there, and that gap just eking out ever so slightly. But Andrew McKinley can just get so much more speed around those corners, and it's all or nothing now for these two drivers. They're going to have to give it everything in the last 5 to 6 corners here at the Circuit of Americas in the heart of Texas. And what a run that Andrew McKinley has got. But it's all about this one here. Josh McNabb with an amazing fairy tale weekend. It's going to be 2 out of 2 then for Josh McNabb across the line. And it's then going to be Cameron Evans from Andrew McKinley. John Glover is going to be in 4th place ahead of Bryn Hawkins. 5th place for Bryn. 6th place is going to be Andrew Gilman. 7th place is going to go to Angus Scrivener. And that's all she wrote, because James Black did not finish the race. So he gets marked as a DNF and does not score any points. Wow. There we go, guys and girls. Hope you enjoyed that absolute barnstormer of a finish to our race tonight. Wow. Right, we've got about a couple of minutes before, so we'll have to save the replay for that. But that is us for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, that means that now Cameron Evans does hold on to a good gap on his race there. So it's as you were for the second race of the evening. Josh McNabb taking the win with Cameron Evans in 2nd place. But more importantly, that puts Josh McNabb up to 3rd place in the championship, and just 49 points behind your championship leader, Tony Logie. Cameron Evans moves to within 27 points of your championship leader. So with just 3 rounds left to go, it is a 3-way fight for the championship, and this is going to be awesome stuff. Cannot wait to have you back with us next week, guys and girls. And yeah, really looking forward to it. Some interesting decisions going to be made for sure by Race Control. But we will see you next time out. And just a reminder then, next time out, we are going to be back for Donington National. Now, it is actually, I said next week, I mean 2 weeks' time. Or is it 3 weeks' time, actually? It is, it's 3 weeks' time. So we will be back on the 26th of August for Donington National. That'll be for the qualifying heats. And then on the 30th, for the finals. And then our final race, remember, 16th of September is going to be at Bathurst Mount Panorama. What a race we are going to have for that. In the meantime, guys, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy yourselves, and we will see you back here in a couple of weeks' time for Donington.